Welcome back to the Legend of Heroes Trails to Daybreak, where we are currently standing in front of Hotel Maserati. Because the other two quests after the first one we did last time are close by here. And I think we start with Rumsfeldt here. You are missing your mistress, or young mistress rather. Yo, we got a request from a Rumsfeldt. You the guy? I'm the Spring from Arkwright Solutions. Ah yes, thank you. It's good to put a face to the name. Your request entailed rescuing a young lady? Yes, let's get right to it. I haven't much time. The lady in question is Berselia, daughter of the CEO of the Bank of Edith. My name is Rumsfeldt and I serve as a young Mrs. Butler and bodyguard. Oh wow, that's one of the biggest financial institutions in Calvert. They have a watertight reputation for what I hear. They do everything by the book. Wow, that's impressive. So she's really rich? Okay, so what's the situation? Right, it brings me shame to admit, but she's been kidnapped. We don't know who the perpetrator might be. It only just happened last night. As her caretaker, I'm just... Yeah, that's serious. I was worried that's what it was. Sounds pretty dire. Did the kidnapper make any demands? What other information do we have to go on? Well, the young miss is a semi-permanent resident here at the hotel penthouse, you see. Her father arranged it for her, hoping it would let her live more on her own terms than if she were at his home. But last night the young miss slipped away for a night to herself and she failed to return. This morning we found a ransom note delivered to the hotel written for the president. We have your daughter, 10 million mira in cash. Bring the money to the exchange point. Bring police or bracers and we kill her. Indeed, some individual or group has captured her. The culprit also sent the mobile terminal Berselia has been using. They're meticulous to a terrifying degree. That's why I turn to you. We need your help to investigate these villains. We'd also like you to accompany your father to the exchange point. Oh, I get you. They said no police or bracers, but maybe they'll count the Spring as an exception? Okay, we alright taking this on now? Let's do this. We're on the case. Thank you ever so much. I knew I could count on you. So first off, can we talk to the dad? Where is he? Well, the CEO, father rather, is often busy with his work. He's currently overseeing a project to bring orbital network coverage to rural areas in Calvert. As this involves traveling to said areas, he has no network signal out there. We've been unable to contact him. Yeah, that's a problem. If he doesn't have any signal, we straight up can't call him, right? Sheesh, talk about bad timing. So that pretty much puts him out of the question. We gotta do this on our own, sounds like. I did observe some strange behavior that might be relevant to the case. Lately Berselia has been refusing her bodyguard's company when she goes out. She frequents the Tyrol district on most days. I see. We would keep a watch on her from a distance when she would go there. And we found that she had befriended this young man who, pardon my judgment, but he has the air of a ruffian about him. Could he have roped Berselia into something shady? Well, in spite of it, their interactions were surprisingly cordial. The young man would buy her ice cream and take her to movies. By all accounts, they were simply friends. We had thought she was in good hands and we could give her a space, but evidently not. I see, that makes me curious about the young man's background. Same, let's get to work. First up, Tyrol. Oh, do we have some time before they want the ransom money? We do have time. By all means, take whatever time you need to investigate. The criminal specified Durkin Memorial Park as the exchange point. I will await you at the park's entrance. Once you've completed your investigation, please rendezvous with me. Sounds like a plan. Alright gang, let's get out of there and start digging for clues. Let's hit up that ice cream vendor first, see what they have to say. Understood. I'll keep tab on the time we have left until the handover.
Well, we're on the clock now.
I'm not ruling out that the daughter is faking all this to get her father's attention, something like that.
One bullet can change your fate.
How about some nice cold ice cream?
Hi there, I'm a private investigator working on a case with my assistants here. We're looking into a couple of people for one of our clients at the moment. Have you had a rich-looking girl stop by your stall by any chance? She would have had a young guy with her. Something of a delinquent? Oh yes, I know exactly who you must be talking about. They looked like we orders paired together, so they stuck out like a sore thumb. That's great. Could you tell us more about them? Do you remember what we were talking about? What was your impression of them? Let me think. For two people who seemed about as different as you could get, they were getting along unusually well. Like they were pretty good friends. The guy looked a bit of a rough character, but he was telling her all kinds of things about the Tyrell district. As for the girl, she seemed pretty worried about her relationship with her dad. He was being pretty sweet and trying to give her advice from what I could hear. That's interesting, so he was talking about her family? Judging from what Rumsfeldt told us, it definitely sounded like she and her father weren't all that close. Maybe that's been bothering her? Could you tell us a bit more about the guy? Anything that stuck out about him? Every little detail helps. He didn't seem all that remarkable to me, so it's hard to know what to say. But he did seem surprisingly naive for a guy who otherwise looked like a troublemaker, I can tell you that much. I think I also heard him mention that his mom wants a general store over in Old Town. Oh. Did you say general store? Of all the people it could have been, it had to be him, huh? Wild. What do you mean, Mr. Arkwright? Is that to say you might know the identity of the young man in question? Yeah, you could say that. Think about it. Old Town, general store, deadbeat son. There's only one guy I can think of who ticks all the boxes. I'm talking about Eddie, the son of a lady who runs Newberry General Store. Oh, now I get it. You must be right. I heard rumors before that he likes to go out partying at night. We still don't know how the hell a guy like him wound up meeting such a rich girl, though. There's gotta be more to this story still. Need to find more info. If you're looking for someone else to talk to, why don't you try Macmillan Cafe? I've seen the two of them talking out on the terrace before a handful of times. And someone there might know something. I see. Thank you for the information. We'll be sure to look into it. Good.
One bullet can change your...
But this is upstairs, right?
Good grief.
Did you know?
Hi there, I'm a private investigator working on a case with my assistants here. We're looking into a couple of people for one of our clients at the moment. You see any young witch girls hanging out with a rough around the edges guy around here recently? Doesn't have to be a big lead or nothing. Whatever you know, we'd appreciate if you shared it with us. Oh, a private investigator, huh? That's a neat job you have. You wouldn't happen to be that famous Spriggan everyone likes to talk about in these parts, would you? Spriggan? Sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about. Not to be rude, but we're pressed for time. We know these two have been to this cafe and we're looking to find someone who can tell us more. Sorry if I offended you. Just not every day I get to talk to people like you. Anyway, I definitely know who you're talking about. I've seen those two people sitting at the table over there a lot lately. They get up to some pretty interesting conversations. I know it's rude, but I can't help but listen in on them, you know? May I ask what you have discussed in those conversations? Well, earlier the girl was asking him all sorts of things about kidnapping. Like what sort of cases have there been before, what goes into kidnapping someone, stuff like that. He had a serious expression on his face, but she looked happy and excited for some reason. If only she'd thought to ask me. I'm an expert in that sort of thing. I could have told her everything she wanted to know and then some. This woman appears to have some very peculiar interests. That's so weird. Why would she want to talk about kidnapping? She must have had some sort of reason. Wait, could it have something to do with a case? Yeah, although we still don't have enough proof yet to be sure. I don't know what you guys are going on about, but it sounds like you were able to figure something out. Glad I was able to help. Oh, one more thing. That guy seemed to run with a pretty tough crowd. You'd better be careful if you're going to keep investigating him. Huh, what sort of people are we talking about? From what I overheard, he belongs to Desire. They're a nasty gang, fighting and stealing, blackmailing, you name it. They've done it and more. Most people aren't above doing anything. Whatever it takes to get what they want, they'll do it without blinking an eye. I don't think that guy understands what he's gotten himself into. He seems to believe they have more honor and morals than they really do. The girl didn't seem to know any better either, and just went along with what he had to say. We've talked to him before in the past. His name's Eddie, and that was more or less the impression he gave me, yeah. That makes me think they might just be using him for all he's worth, if his outlook towards them is that rosy. That's what I wanted to warn you about. It's not him you need to be concerned about. It's the people he works with that could be a problem. Right, it's entirely possible Eddie's being put up to something without realizing it. Thanks for the tip, you've given us a lot to work with. Now we know all of that, where should we go next? I think we got a good handle on what's probably going on here. Now we need to confirm our findings and go from there. For now we should figure out what's been going on with Eddie. Time to take a trip to Newbury in Old Town.
Time to depart.
Oh, why hello.
Hello, Brenda. Hey, Brenda, I'm talking because of a job. I wanted to ask about your son. Mind telling us what your kid's been up to lately? Oh, Adios, should I be worried? Did that boy of mine do something? No, nothing to be alarmed about. We're looking into something. We thought to ask him a few questions. How has he been doing lately? Feel free to go into it in as much detail as you can, please. That's a relief, or as much as can be, really. I got no end of stress when it comes to that boy. As for how he's been lately, something does come to mind. Usually doesn't have a single mirror to his name and will constantly demand I lend him some. But he looks like he's doing well lately. Actually, he even said he'd finally pay me back all he owed. That's good news, isn't it? You don't sound excited. I know for a fact that boy doesn't have a job, not even a part-time one. The money he's been getting is coming from that gang he's a part of. And if that's not enough, they said they might promote him if he's good with his current job, if you can believe it. I think he mentioned it having to do with helping this girl he'd met, but I didn't really get it. The plot thickens. Must be some big shit he's up to if they're offering him authority. There's also the matter of a girl in question. At this point I believe we can more or less piece together what his task entails. So Eddie was really up to something dangerous, isn't he? That stupid son of mine. Could you please lend him a hand? Despite everything, I'm still his mother and would hate to see him hurt. Don't even need to ask. Neighbors gotta look out for each other. I'm glad we are finally done talking to Brenda. That was a lot. We have everything we need to report back to Mr. Rumsfeldt now, don't we? Correct. Considering that the two sides are supposed to meet, the timing couldn't be better. Which means we're heading over to Dirk Memorial Park next. We take the time to go through all the info we gathered and come up with an action plan. Sounds good to me.
Off we go.
Oh, I remember you guys. You helped us out with a monster problem earlier. Thanks again for all that. As you can see, we're back in business thanks to you. A few areas still need work, but they'll be open when we're ready. Hopefully we'll see a good uptick in visitors when all said and done. Oh, it's good to see you all. I gather your investigation into the culprit has finished, yes? Would you please inform me of what you found? Sure, we more or less figured out what led to all of this. It's gonna take some explaining, so we'll go one step at a time. First thing you should know is your girl's been hanging out with a local punk named Eddie. He's part of a gang known as Desire, though he hasn't really fit in with them much until now. Desire? I heard of that group. People say they're so ruthless and cunning, even the police closely monitor their movements. It's true, yet despite all that, it seems that Eddie's been making a fair bit of money lately. In fact, it started happening right when he and Berselia first met. We have reason to believe that these two facts are connected to each other. I think I understand what you're trying to say. Essentially, you believe that this Eddie fellow is receiving payment in exchange for befriending my lady? Yeah, something like that. Considering who he hangs with, it makes sense that Desire would put him up to this. Although it's possible that the money might actually come directly from Berselia herself. I see. To that end, we've uncovered evidence that appears to tie all this together. According to his mother, Eddie said something rather peculiar to her. Namely that if his so-called current assignment went well, he could be promoted to the gang's upper leadership. Considering the timing of his statement, it feels all but certain that this assignment in question must refer to the kidnapping and ransom. I see. I believe I understand the situation now. Basically, it was Eddie who committed the kidnapping while Desire was the organization that masterminded it, correct? Yeah, but that's not all. This is where things get crazy. It looks like Berselia herself was in on the plan too. She was? It checks out the more you think about it. Long story short, this whole thing is a real and staged kidnapping. The truth of the matter is the kidnapping is both real and staged at the same time. I will admit I had the faintest suspicion deep down that may indeed be the case. Then let me rephrase my earlier assignment. In essence, my lady initially devised the kidnapping to be staged. However, now that Desire is involved, they're now attempting to turn it into an actual one with genuine stakes, yes? Bingo. They're only pretending to help her with her plan. But in reality, they're after a much bigger payday. Knowing how evil these guys, I definitely wouldn't put it past them to try something like this. If only I'd paid greater heed to my lady's loneliness. Perhaps she wouldn't have felt the need to go to such extreme lengths. I'm so sorry. I can only imagine how you must feel right now. It is what it is. We can't take back what's already happened. I think more than anything, she's trying to test her old man to see if he'll choose her over his work. Moving along, I believe the main question now is how to go about addressing the ransom itself. You do not have to respond to the demands. We can attempt to ambush them instead if you prefer. No, that's quite alright. My lady's safety is absolutely paramount. As much as I would prefer to avoid doing so, I'm fully willing to offer the money if that's what it takes. Are you sure? 10 million mirror is a massive amount even for the president of a bank. Indeed it is. Nevertheless, I'm prepared to take full responsibility for such a loss. I'm certain that if my master were here, he would come to the same decision without a doubt. As you wish. Alright, then we'll play things straight with them. But keep in mind, we're talking about a gang that had the guts to pull something like this in the first place. I don't think it's realistic to expect these goons to be on the up and up when it comes time to make the exchange. Best we stay flexible and see how they act. Depending on how it all goes down, we may need to shift gears. If we do, we might still be able to get the girl back without you having to fork over any mirror. No promises, but we'll see. I appreciate the consideration. It's clear how professional and thorough you all are. Regardless, we still have time remaining before our meeting with my lady's captors is set to commence. Should we wait here until it's time to depart for the rendezvous point? Let me give it some thought. Okay. Might as well. We're all set on our end. Actually, before we go, I doubt those goons would take too kindly to all of us rolling up at once. We should keep the number of people who meet with them to a minimum. You okay if it's only me who tags along? Certainly. That sounds like a wise suggestion. If I may make a suggestion, Mr. Arkwright, why don't you pretend to be my subordinate? Ha! Never thought I'd be an under-butler. Works for me. In that case, the rest of us will remain close by, so that we can quickly move in should you require our assistance. That sounds like a plan. Be careful, you two. Good luck. You got this. Thanks, guys. Stay sharp in case things go south. Several minutes later, Vaughn and Rumsfeldt arrived at the location designated for the ransom delivery. With only moments to spare, the two came prepared holding an attaché case filled with mirror. There you are. Rumsfeldt, you came! Oh my lady, I'm so relieved you're alright. Oh no, let's not count our chickens before they're hatched. We specifically asked for the girl's pops to come to the trade-off, but I'm sure don't see him anywhere. What's the deal? Don't tell me he's the guy next to you. I find that a little hard to swallow. No, the master's currently away on business in a remote region. We as a bodyguards have been dispatched in his stead. Sorry, I'm not the guy you're looking for. But don't worry, we made sure to bring what you're really after. You got 10 million mirror right here. Should be enough to satisfy, eh? Ha! It's good enough. You did the bare minimum you were expected to at least. Sucks to be you though, girlie. His own daughter gets snapped and the old man just throws some cash at the problem. Can't even be bothered to show his face. Don't you think it's a little suspicious he's at work? Maybe he's decided to ditch you and hang out with his girl toy instead? My father would never do such a thing. But I suppose, perhaps, that he doesn't love me after all? Even this failed to sway him? Berselia. My lady, you have nothing to fear. It's true the master is ill-mannered at times, but there's nobody in all of the Moore who owes you more than he. If you don't mind, I have a message I'd like for you to hear. Perhaps it would demonstrate how he truly feels. Is that My mobile terminal? What's it doing here? The master sent a recording to this device yesterday. Please have a listen. Is the thing on? Am I being recorded? First I should explain that I have to take off this morning on the first train out. Since we cannot speak in person, I wanted to leave a message for you, at the very least. That's my father's voice. It's really him. I'm so sorry, Berselia. I'm always so distracted with my work. I can only imagine how lonely you must feel. Your birthday is coming up soon, isn't it? I know I was away on other business trips for the past 2 birthdays. Wasn't able to celebrate as I should have. But I promise you I'll do whatever it takes to make sure I'm home in the time for your birthday this year. And when I do return, I'm going to give you your present myself. Until then, it pains me that I have to leave you alone yet again. Please try to keep your spirits up. Know that I really, truly do love you, Berselia. My darling daughter. Father, I didn't realize you cared so much. Glad he decided to step up and show he knows how to be a dad for once. How did you manage to come across that voicemail? I'm genuinely impressed. Well, I remember that the master asked me several days ago how to send such a message to someone. It made me wonder if perhaps it was the young lady to whom he sent it. Then, when I went searching, sure enough, that was. How could I have been such a fool? I shouldn't have doubted Father and tested him like this. I'm sorry, Rumsfeldt, I must confess this whole kidnapping was planned by me. I was scared Father didn't truly love me, so I... Think nothing of it, my lady. You felt the need to act. I completely understand how you must feel. Thanks, Rumsfeldt. I'm okay, Eddie. You can let go of my hand now. I might not have achieved what I set out to do, but I still want to pay everyone what I can in exchange for their time. Berselia, you don't have to do that, but if you're comfortable with it, I won't stop you. Not so quickly, Eddie. This dumper sob story is over, now the fun begins. What's the meaning of this? We had a deal. Are you breaking it? You bet your fine rich ass we are. Why take a pitiful paycheck when we couldn't make off with that hefty ransom? And it's all thanks to our wonderful pal Eddie. We couldn't have done it without him. It's not every day you meet a gullible mark who's just begging to be held hostage and robbed of her own money. You can't be serious. You tricked me, Eddie. I trusted you. No, that's not true. I only agreed to help out with your fake kidnapping, I swear. This is news to me too. As for you two gents, don't even think about trying anything funny. Hand over the case, nice and quiet like. And make it quick, or else I can't guarantee Daddy's little girl will celebrate her birthday in one piece. If you put even a single scratch on Miss Berselia, you will pay for it. Man, I had being right. I had a feeling it would go down like this. I didn't ask you to introduce yourself, but I know that you're that famous spriggan everyone always talks about. I was on the lookout for cops or bracers, but I sure didn't count on meeting someone like you. But geezer, there's one conniving old fart. So you know about Mr. Arkwright as well, do you? I figured you'd be some mere hoodlum, but it appears you're smarter than you look. A shame you wasted on such nonsense. Well, if you know who I am, then we can cut right to the chase. I took on a job and I fully intend to complete it. You're giving that girl back one way or another. If you want to make a deal, we can talk, but not until you hand her over first. Otherwise, I've got permission from my butler friend to send you all straight to Adios. Don't think I won't do it. Hey, hold on a minute, Jeffrey. The Desire I know would never stoop to something this low. Put a gun down before you do anything we'll all regret, please. We'd never do something like this. Don't make me laugh, you don't know the first thing about us. Listen, I got you in the gang for one reason and one reason only. Because you've made for a handy expendable pawn. But you know what? You did good, putting that butch brat up to all this. Better than I ever expected, really. I owe you one, so I tell you what. You can leave our gang right now if you're so queasy about getting your hands dirty. How about it? You can't be serious, Jeffrey. Tell me you're lying. I looked up to you. I thought you were a badass. Quit your sniveling already. Eddie! Anyway, back to business. Where were we? Alright. Letting the girl go free? I wouldn't put my luck if I were you. Last time I checked, you weren't in a position to be making demands of us. As far as we're concerned, this chick's just a pile of used bait now. You sure you want to push your luck? Very well, we shall go ahead and hand over the briefcase. All we ask is you return the young lady to us unharmed. Yeah, you got my word. Now step forward nice and slowly. Any sudden movements, and I blow her brains out. Stop right there. Leave a case on the ground and go straight back. I'll only let her go if you do. Got it, I hear you. Now comes the tricky part. There's no way he hands her over quietly. We all agreed that Rumsfeldt would go in and rescue her while I held these idiots back. The question is what to do about the money. The safest thing would be to prioritize her safety and the cash go. It would be 10 million mira down the drain. Hardly chump change. On the flip side, Rumsfeldt and I could trust Eddie with a case and focus on rescuing the girl. What to do? Trust Eddie with the money. It's settled. I'm gonna trust Eddie to keep the money safe. You're damn right I did. Now it's your turn. Hand her over now. You think after netting this much cash doing nothing, I'm just gonna let her go? I'd have to be stupider than you. Amazing, a few measly little threats were enough to convince you to part ways with 10 million mira. You're one of a kind. Maybe holding onto her for the time being. Better start gouging up some more mira for the next ransom. No. Too damn predictable. Hey buddy, wanna clear your name and do something good for once? Think fast. Van flung the attaché case at Eddie, who caught it. Huh? Holy, this thing's heavy. Think you can scam us out of our dough, do you? Give it here, Eddie. No, I'm not letting Desire get the single coin. Wrong choice, buddy. I gave you a chance. Now go say hi to Eddie, or dipshit. Eddie! What? My lady over here. Okay. What the hell are you guys doing? Don't blame me, boss. That old dick's stronger than he looks. Damn, never thought they'd put up this much of a fight. But the numbers are on our side. That's 5 on 2. Or should I say, 1? Famous or not, you're still just a single sprig and flying solo. I'd love to see you take on all of us. You think I still work solo, huh? Well, I got bad news for you, pal. Arkwright Solutions expanding these days. Everyone, are you okay? Your fun's over now that we're here. Now it's 5 on 4. Though I do believe it's fair to say that the balance of power has tipped in the other direction. All which is to say, thank you all for coming to our aid. Some reinforcements. You got shakes with you? Yeah, we still got the edge. Come on, Jeffrey. Let's get them. Damn it, no, we're pulling out. What? You heard me. I said we're pulling out. You heard him, boys. Time to scram. Don't think you've won, jackass. I'll make you regret crossing us. Well, that was a surprising turn of events. I have expected them to press their luck and come in swinging. Guess Desire's got some brains after all, especially in that fearless leader of theirs. But that's not the important thing right now. Shit, I can't believe I actually got shot back there. Ow. Eddie, Rumsfeldt, he needs first aid. By the way, can you help him? Certainly, my lady. Let me help too. Good work, everyone. We got a lot done today, between rescuing Berselia and patching up Eddie. He's not completely out of the woods. I've got a hunch we Scoons are going to have it out for him after what he pulled. So I took the liberty of tipping the cops off about this whole mess so they can keep him on their radar. But at least you'll live to see another day thanks to our little hostage quick thinking kid. Eddie did nothing wrong. He was tricked by all of the rest of them. How could I not help? He even managed to save him money. Thank you so much for everything, Eddie. I'm sorry I ever doubted you. What I said was terrible. No, it's okay. I totally understand. I'm the one who ought to be apologizing here. I'm so sorry I put you through that nightmare. Can't tell you how glad I am that you're okay. It's nice to see the two of you make amends. We'll cover the cost of his care. It's the least we can do to repay him for what he's done. Looks like we can handle things from here then. Unless you need anything else, I think we're going to bounce. Mr. Arkwright, everyone, thank you again for your assistance. I cannot begin to tell you just how grateful I am to have you on our side.
Mission accomplished. Great job, you guys.
Love to see it.
Mira deposit confirmed.
Your cipher's ringing, man. So it is. I swear I've seen this number before.
What's up, Arkride? Heard you had a bad time in Tharbad.
Ah, not you.
Aw, what do you mean, not you? You're gonna make me cry.
Can you blame me for being wary? You people are always hovering over me and judging how I choose to handle my work. Plus, I have a stinking feeling you're only calling to bring trouble to my doorstep. Again.
Am I that easy to read? Yeah, this job's a toughie for sure. I'll cut to the chase. Would you mind coming with me to the 13th?
13th. Surely you don't need me to spell it out what that means. You strike me as the kind of guy who dropped by there a lot. No comment. I'm curious, what business do you have there? Oh, nothing major. But it's not exactly a place I fit in, especially as of late. So I figured I'd ask if you could tag along. Come on, help a guy out, will you? Alright, you win. You owe me one after this though. Wanna meet up in the C3 area? Sure thing, and don't feel like you need to rush if you've got other business to take care of. I can keep myself busy while I wait. So what did you want? Oh, nothing much, don't worry about it. Guess I head over once I'm wrapped up my other work. Choosing call it a day from the travel menu will cause the main story to advance.
Heading to the objective.
Backstage kidnapping, Desire's betrayal. These few days have been a whirlwind, but at the end of it, I was able to see the young Miss smile in earnest. I could ask for nothing more than that. But this is no time to rest on my laurels. I need to evaluate our security detail and report my findings to the president. I mean, am I really alright being here? I stick out like a sore thumb. Oh, don't worry about those prying eyes. You're welcome here as my friend, so relax. So you're planning your exit from Desire, I heard. Yeah, I can't believe Jeffrey was... All of them really can't believe they're all like that. Looks like they're willing to let me off easy, so I'm getting out and ain't looking back. I don't want to be some punk living on the edge for the rest of my life. Oh, don't judge yourself so harshly, Eddie. You're no punk. Well, I thought that was how I came across. I mean, ain't that me? Do I start the dungeon?
Taking off now.
Oh,
Where did I go wrong? Oh, sorry, it's nothing. Just thinking about that child of mine. If I hear he's causing trouble, I'm finding him and dragging him back home myself. Okay, this is old. This doesn't change for this quest. And what was it?
Ladder launched.
Okay, in the original recording, I, at this point, started a character event and ended the episode after that, but I decided to shift it around a bit. We do the last 4 SPG quests today and do all these character events next episode. And the last quest begins, as we know, in the Satan District at the Underground Waterway. And probably no. Somewhere relatively in the middle. Okay.
I eagerly await your performance.
Ow.
Enemy suppressed. Nice work. Show 'em what you're really capable of.
What?
Do your worst.
Okay. Whatever.
Perfect chance. Activating skill. I won't let this chance slip up.
Escape route secure.
Ja, wäre far underleveled.
That went better than I anticipated.
Always got it down, Reset.
Next target.
Take this! You picked the wrong guy to fight. Take this!
Battle finished. You did exemplary work. It's me.
Gotcha! Gotcha!
We need to be cautious.
Next! Gotcha! There! It's done!
Unleashing shark strike. Activating skill. No.
Nice! That went great.
Shall I prepare some sweets for you, Mr. Arkwright? Let's keep moving ahead.
Gotcha!
Next target.
Good work, guys. We all in one piece?
What's our monsters? A fearsome foe is prowling around. Yeah, let's try. Jelly smack.
Got your number.
I won't let this chance slip by.
Displaying enemy stats.
Keep it up. It's working. Huh?
A boost would work here.
Zypha, activate. Use a shard boost to get the upper hand. Keep it up. It's
This'll
working.
hurt.
Activating skill.
Stay fast. Take this. All you on, yes.
Huh?
Activating drive.
Here goes. Huh?
A boost would work here.
All you on, yes. A chance.
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand. Good luck.
There.
My sincere thanks. Now it's my turn.
That was pretty
This is your
weak.
chance for a shard boost. Attack their weakness with an art.
Flames protect us. Huh? There.
boost would work here.
Use a sharp boost to get the upper hand. Activating drive.
Oh,
Not now.
There!
There.
This is your chance for a shard boost.
Don't mind
Watch
me.
out, you guys! Something's coming!
Don't mind me.
Activating skill.
Target locked. Now's our chance.
My move now.
Use a sharp boost to get the upper hand.
There!
You saved me! Perfect chance!
A boost would work here.
Zypha, activate!
yeah.
There! You saved me! Here goes!
Maybe proceed with caution.
Activating drive! Ha!
My
Thank you!
sincere thanks.
Well, this sucks.
Full boost. Go all out. Activating skill.
Time for the main event! You're stunned!
Boost
I
gauge
won't let this
limiter
chance slip
unlocked.
by.
Activating drive.
This'll hurt!
Pull out all the stops!
This'll hurt!
Maybe proceed with caution.
Activating skill.
Here's Guardian Blade! Slice him up! Huh?
I owe you one. Like hell you are!
Aua. What's with all the crits they have?
Activating drive! Ha!
All you on, yes!
Dispatching shield.
Come on!
I won't let this chance slip by. Don't mind me.
You cannot run! Fire! A chance!
Activating skill.
Have some more! Nice. Moving on up.
Fairy's rapid
I won't
burst
stop
is
here.
upgraded to rapid eruption.
I could do better.
I'm powered up!
Found quartet.
Mission accomplished! Great job, you guys!
Or deposited.
One additional free time point was added to completing all the 4 SPGs.
Off we go!
So, for the first time, we have only 4 free time points for 5 free time events. But I would end the episode here, and we see about these events next time. Until then, I'm Mace, and don't get lost.